Hello, my people. Good day to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa, and on today's episode, I want to talk about integrity. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Do you have integrity or selective virtue? Do you have integrity or you have selective virtue? That is the question for all of us today. Do I have integrity or what I have is selective virtue? Do you have integrity or what you have is selective virtue? Now, before you rush to answer, let us break this down. Most people, if asked, will say they have integrity. And of course, yeah, right? We see ourselves as good people. People with strong values, people who try to do the right thing. But let me challenge you with something. Integrity is not about being good when it is easy. It is about being good when it is hard. It's not about standing firm on your values in one area of your life and bending them in another. It is about consistency. Not convenience, consistency. And here's the real kicker. No one has complete integrity. So let's just chill. No one has complete integrity. None of us, not me, not you, not anyone. Because integrity is not something you can own. It's something you can only practice. It is a constant daily commitment to aligning your actions with your values across the board, not just when it benefits you. So today, we're going to break this down. What is real integrity versus selective virtue? How does our belief system shape our reality? And how can we get better at practicing integrity? Not just when it is easy, but when it truly matters. This particular episode is going to challenge you. But that's what we do here on Daily Mind Shift. We challenge ourselves to become better human beings. So let's just get into it. What is the difference between integrity and selective virtue? Let's just define them. Integrity is when your words, actions, and beliefs align together consistently. When your words, your actions, and your beliefs align consistently, that is integrity. It means you practice the values you claim to hold, even when no one is watching. See, but selective virtue is when you apply your values in some areas of your life, but you ignore them in other areas. It is when you do what is right when it is convenient for you, but you compromise when it is uncomfortable or when it is costly. Let's be real. We all have moments of selective virtue. The person who speaks about honesty but tells small lies or white lies when it benefits them. The leader who preaches fairness but plays favorites in church or wherever. The friend who demands loyalty but disappears when you need them. The entrepreneur who claims to value people but exploits workers for profit. See, selective virtue allows us to feel like we have integrity without actually practicing it fully. It is easy to convince ourselves we are good people because we uphold our values most of the time. But real integrity, the real integrity that is practiced in the moment that doesn't serve us, that is real integrity. See, what determines the level of integrity that we practice? I believe it all comes down to belief system. Whatever you believe about life, about people, about morality, about success, about purpose, that is the foundation of your integrity. Some people's integrity is rooted in faith, some in personal values, some in cultural or societal standards. But whatever it is, your belief system sets your standard. And here's the truth. Your integrity is only as strong as your belief system allows it to be. If your belief system is shallow, your integrity will be shallow. If your belief system is flexible, your integrity will be inconsistent. If your belief system is rooted in deep, unshakable principles, your integrity will stand even in the hardest moment. So, this is your first challenge today. What do you believe? What do you believe, and do your actions reflect what you believe consistently? Ask yourself again, what do I believe? And do my actions reflect what I believe consistently? There is a myth out there, and that is the myth of perfect integrity. And I want us to talk a little bit about that so that I will take some pressure off your shoulder today. No one, not me, not you, not the wisest person you know, has perfect integrity. We fail at it all the time. We fail at times, all right? Because integrity is not an achievement. That is exactly what I want you to hear me say. Integrity is not an achievement. It is a practice. It is something that you work on every single day of your life, in every decision, in every interaction. So don't walk around thinking integrity is about perfection. No, it's not about never messing up. No, it's about recognizing when you mess up and correcting your mess ups. It's about looking at your own hypocrisy and saying, fuck, I need to do better. It's about noticing when you lack consistency and saying, I need to make changes, and making those changes. Because the people with the strongest integrity, they are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who are willing to hold themselves accountable when they do. So how do you now practice real integrity even when it is hard? The first thing I will advise you do is to identify where you are selective. Let's be honest with ourselves. Ask yourself this question. In what areas of my life do I practice integrity well? And in what areas of my life do I cut corners? Because integrity is not just about what you say you believe. It is about how you actually live. Do you hold yourself to the same standards you hold other people? Do you apply values in your personal life and your business life? Do you do what is right even when it is uncomfortable? You cannot fix what you won't acknowledge. That is why I'm saying you need to first acknowledge this. So the first step is honesty with yourself. The second step is to test your integrity in hard situations. Here's the thing. Integrity is not tested when it is easy. It is tested when it costs you something. Will you tell the truth when lying will be more convenient? Will you stand up for someone when staying silent is safer? Will you do what is right even when there is no applause, no recognition, no benefit to you? That is the real test. And every time you choose integrity in the hard moment, you strengthen it. All right, you strengthen that particular aspect of your life. And another thing is you stop justifying your inconsistencies. That is how you can build integrity over time. Have you ever caught yourself making excuses for your actions? Well, I had to do it that way. It's just business. Well, I know I wasn't honest, but it's not a big deal. Well, yeah, I broke my word, but they will understand. Listen, if you have to justify it, chances are it was not integrity. Integrity doesn't need excuses. So instead of justifying where you fall short, start owning it. Call yourself out, all right? Correct yourself. Make the hard decisions that aligns with your values, even when no one is watching. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, who will? Do you understand? Who will hold you accountable if you cannot hold yourself accountable? And also, build your integrity like a muscle. Integrity is not something you just wake up with. It is something you build. And just like any muscle, it grows when you exercise it every single day. Speak honestly. Even in small conversations, speak honestly. Keep your word. Even when it is inconvenient, keep your word. Stand on your values. Even when it costs you something, make sure you stand on your principles and your values. See, every small act of integrity makes you stronger. And over time, those small choices shape who you are. Let me just do a recap. How do you practice integrity? Number 1, identify where you are selective. Number 2, test your integrity in hard situations. Number 3, stop justifying your inconsistencies. And number 4, build your integrity like a muscle. So, as I wrap this episode up, let me say this. If you get nothing else from today, get this. Integrity is a daily practice, not a one-time achievement. No one is perfect at it, but the goal is to keep working at it every single time, to keep holding yourself accountable, to keep aligning your actions with what you say you believe. So today, take an honest look at yourself and ask yourself this question. Where are you practicing real integrity? Where are you slipping into selective virtue? And what is one thing you can do today, right now, after this episode, to bring more consistency into your character? Because at the end of the day, your integrity is not defined by what you claim. It is defined by what you practice. So let us practice it